Well, hello everyone, I'm Tracey Spicer and welcome to Live Info Stream celebrating the launch of www.parentingaustralia.com.au. Thanks so much for listening. Look, I'm really excited about tonight. As a mother of a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, I can't tell you the hours that I've spent on the internet in the middle of the night trying to get my babies to sleep, desperately asking questions of somebody, anybody, trying to talk to anybody, saying, please help me, tell me what to do. I've got my training wheels on, I've got no idea. And then having another glass of wine. So this is actually a much better idea than having too many glasses of wine, which is how I coped with early parenting. Let me tell you how it all works if this is your first time on the Parenting Australia website. Log on and join. It doesn't cost a cent. When you're a member, you can then ask the experts any time of the day or night. They will email a response back as soon as possible. Now, it can be about anything. It can be about pregnancy, infant care, separation anxiety, anything you want to talk about or ask questions about. The good thing about this website is it's about building a parenting community. It's about supporting each other because, as you know, when you first have kids, you feel incredibly isolated, regardless of how much support you've got. Now, if you do join tonight or tomorrow or the next day, the 10th person to join gets a free subscription to Out and About with Kids magazine, which is a magazine that I'm very proud of because I'm the editor. Now, tonight, this special live info stream is brought to you by Out and About with Kids magazine and Kids Cover Childcare Insurance. Anytime between now and 10 o'clock, you can call in and ask questions. Not necessarily of myself, I don't know very much, quite frankly, but the woman sitting next to me does. She is the Australian baby whisperer, Shane Rowley. Now, you can either call on 1300 766 859 or email info@parentingaustralia.com.au. A big welcome now to Shane Rowley.
Hello, Tracey. How are you? This is a bit exciting, isn't it?
Isn't it exciting? What do you think about all this technology in front of us? Very
I
fancy.
think it's wonderful. I feel fairly professional and grown up, as opposed to dealing with snotty tissues and the usual that I have.
That's exactly right. Now, speaking of that, you've been doing this for a long time now. How does someone become the Australian baby whisperer?
Well, if someone's actually trying to go on a career path, you actually have to stumble across it quite by accident.
Which is what you did.
Yeah, which is exactly what I did. It was just such a passion for me. I had a baby sister. Well, my mother had a baby sister for me when I was about 12, and she delivered it, and I said, I'll take it from here. It's
That was very mature of you.
So at this stage, what happened was I pretty much used to sneak her out of her cot at night, and then I would take her into my bed, and it was all very lovely. And I realised at that point that being with children was all I ever wanted to do, and so that's pretty much all I ended up doing. So by the time it came to choosing a career, there was no choice to make. I just decided to go into teaching, studied early childhood development, and proceeded to work in childcare, and then moved to travelling overseas, worked with multiple births, and in that time discovered very quickly that sleep was probably one of the most challenging areas of working with little tiny people. God bless their little hearts, but they could stay awake 24 hours a day if you let them.
Oh yeah, but you seem to have found some of the answers, so let's get straight into it and start talking about it. You've got 5 key points in your philosophy, so if you could just broadly take us through that first.
I'll just quickly scoot through so that anyone who's wanting to understand how to resolve their own situation has an idea of the areas you need to start with first. So the first thing I always have a look at is what are the main causes of sleep time disruption? Why are they crying when you put them down? Why are they crying in the middle of the night? And it comes down to 2 key things. It's either a routine miscalculation, so when you first put them into bed, are they actually ready for sleep? Are you expecting too much sleep of them? Do they only need a cat nap? Have you put them down too soon? Are they going down too late? So the first is usually a routine miscalculation, and it comes down to sleep requirement. And the second is an association. So what's an association? An association is anything that your child is told they need when they feel tired. Now, a child doesn't understand sleep and they don't understand time lapsing. So when your little one starts to feel tired, you say, when you feel like tired, these are the things you need. And so if you start to teach your little one that they need things that require your intervention, so patting, rocking, feeding, driving in a car, pushing in a pram, standing on your head, whatever it is you end up having to do with your little tiny precious in the middle of the night, it's never that simple, because once they go to sleep, they're not aware that they're sleeping, and they naturally wake between 10, 11, again at 2, and again between 4 and 5. And those little people, whatever they were doing when they first went to sleep, will have an expectation that that will still be there. And if it's not, that's where you get crying. And so that's the beginning of the problem. So you either have a routine miscalculation or you have an association-based problem.